here. So I turned the comments off today because I am just going to do a story time. I don't have a lot of memory on my cell phone, so I'm just going to knock this story time out the park. I just heard it the other day and I thought, wow, you guys, I want to share this one with you. This story, by the way, for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Cerise Fairfax and this is story time. So, story time today. Oh my gosh, guys, a lot of guys come here to the Dominican Republic for the beautiful women. There are a lot of women here, and they are gorgeous. I gotta tell you, beautiful bodies, Barbie dolls, okay? And hair, everything on point. They smell good, they look good, they treat men good too. So that's why this woman, this Dominican slash Haitian woman, did not deserve this type of treatment from the guy. Gracias. By the way, I'm at Goddess Lounge right now in Cabarete. I came out here today just for a day out of the house because I love staying in the house a lot. So I'm just having a glass of wine and I'm going to chill. And then after this, I'm going home. So let's do the background on these two people. We're going to call them Mork and Mindy. Do you guys remember that show, Mork and Mindy? All right, so Mindy is Dominican slash Haitian. Her dad is Haitian, her mom is Dominican, and she was born here in the north coast of the Dominican Republic, but she comes from Gaspar Hernandez up in the mountains. Now, a lot of you guys will come here and you guys will go to Sosua and you'll find a few women that you really like, and there's a lot of beautiful women in Sosua. But some of you guys don't want the younger working girls. Some of you guys really do want a woman that's a little bit mature in her age. And you guys also want to make sure that, you know, maybe she doesn't want any more kids or whatever. You really don't care if she has kids already, 6, 7 of them. You don't care, just as long as she's a little bit older and, you know, you like her. So that's where a lot of you guys will go. You guys that are like 60 and you guys don't want a young girl, you guys will come here. You'll go to the mountains or you'll go to the small little parts, like little towns and little areas here, and you will find yourself a beautiful wife. Because I got to tell you, the Dominican women here are truly beautiful no matter what part of the island you're on. Some of them look a little different in Santiago than they do here or in Gaspar Hernandez or Santo Domingo. But at the end of the day, you're still going to get a beautiful woman. So he went to the countryside. When he got to the countryside, he met Mindy. Mork was out of his mind. He was like, he never saw a woman that beautiful before, not even on television. And yes, I will admit that does happen here quite often. You will meet beautiful women from all around the Dominican Republic that you will never see beautiful women like that around the world. I mean, I got to tell you, 9 times out of 10. So he meets Mindy and he's like, oh my gosh, this woman is amazing. And so he immediately fell in love with her. Now, she was in school at the time. She wasn't a young girl. She was married before to an American, and she had 2 children with him, and they were already in their teens. And the American and her were no longer together, but he was paying for her education. So she was in school. And not only that, her American ex also wants to take her to America with his children. He's a wonderful ex. He looks out for her. He loves her still till this day. But Mork, creepy Mork, I gotta tell you, he's nuts. He couldn't handle a beautiful woman. This guy is just a disgrace. Let me get to it. So Mork meets her and he couldn't believe how beautiful she was. And then he turns around and he says to her, you know what, I'll take care of you. I'll do anything you want. But he had to go back to America, and she was refusing to go to America with him because she's able to go to America if she wants to from her ex. But she just doesn't want to do that. Hold on one second. These guys are swearing mother effer in the background and everything. And I didn't put my comments on, so I don't know if you guys can hear it. I apologize. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to go to another table because I really don't want the MF words on here, just in case you know, it gets flagged on YouTube. Eddie, Eddie, aquí es mucho mal palabras. Mother effer. El habla mother effer. Y YouTube no gusta. Joe boy. El boca es grande. Aquí. Okay, guys, I think I got a good table to be at right now. Hold on. All right, I think I got a good spot. All right. I also don't want you guys to hear all that negativity at the other table either. Let's do this. So where was I? So now what happened is, Mork, he fell in love with Mindy. And he was like, listen, I'll do anything for you and everything for you. Just come back to America with me. And Mindy was like, no, I don't want to go back to America. I have the opportunity to go back to America if I want to, but it's not something that I want to do right now. I'm studying, I'm in school. My children are teenagers. Pretty soon they're going to be out of school. And she really just wanted to create a solid, stable lifestyle for her here, for herself here. And then after that, after she was out of school, then she would consider. So he went back to the States. Mork had to go back to the States. He had to wrap up a whole bunch of business and everything like that. Now, this is a guy that has money. And he is, because of his money, not because of his character. Because his character is very judgmental. He thinks the rest of the world is not as good as him. For instance, if someone has like a dead-end job, he will mock them. Or I'll give you an example. Let's say someone is a movie producer and they're producing a movie and they need investors. They would go to someone like Mork. Well, Mork would say to them, well, where's your last movie that you produced? Like, what, that was a fail, a great fail. It wasn't like always judging people and being like, tormenting people and just thinking he's the best. So anyway, that went to his head and he felt he was very entitled due to his money. He's the type of man that you would look at and say, who are you without your money? Like, what is your character? If you were to lose all your money today, do you have that resilient enough character to make it all back? Or will people want to share their money with you because you're such a great person? You know what I mean? He was not. He does not have the capacity to make his money back again because it was all sheer luck how he made his money in the first place. And on top of that, he didn't have a very good character. Okay, so she knew that. And Mindy was kind of on the fence with it because her ex is also a wealthy guy as well. So it's not like she was trying to beg this guy for his money. She wasn't trying to get anything out of Mork at all. So then what happened was Mork went back to America. He got his finances. He sold a few things and, because he wanted to clear everything up. And then he wanted to come back here, buy some land and build a house with her and just take her in the mountains and leave her there with him so she can just be his queen, treat him like a king. But this woman had plans for her future. When she was very young, she was with older men. And when she was very young, she, had children. And when she was very young, she got caught up. And now she just wanted her freedom in life. And she already has land in Gaspar Hernandez. Her parents already gave her land. She inherited it. So she didn't need anything from Mork. Well, Mork slowly worked his way in on her. He was one of those guys that he goes home and then he thinks about things and then he tells her, oh, they're broken up. And then, he contacts her for no reason. And then, oh, they're broken up again because he's always so insecure. If she did not answer her WhatsApp within 15 minutes of him messaging her, he would be video calling. He'd be calling down her whole entire household, her mother. And he even gave a cell phone to her mother so her mother could be at his beck and call. Get that? And I get that. But if you, this was not that type of woman. She was not a young woman, a younger woman, She was simply living her life, trying to figure out if she really did want to commit to Mork or not. Mork decides that he's going to do a surprise visit. So he does a surprise visit. She's totally innocent. He doesn't catch her in anything. But he feels like she's hiding. He feels like it was just luck, So he tells her, oh, he's leaving in 3 days. So what did he do? He didn't leave 3 days later. She went to the airport with him and everything. He pretended that he left. I've heard this many times before, actually. He pretended that he left. She took off, right, in a car, and that was it. He turned around, took a cab, and went right back to Gaspar Hernandez, rented a place there, and went and checked on her every now and again and spied on her. And then he went and she caught him checking on her, and she's like, aren't you supposed to be in America? And he's like, oh no, I played a game on you. I tricked you. Like, no, you tricked yourself, brah. And so anyway, she knew at that point that he was a little shady and a little snaky and seedy, but she kind of liked it because she was like, this guy really likes me. This guy is really into me. This guy really, he's pretending he's going back to America. Meanwhile, he's hiding in the shadows of the street, paying attention to where I'm going. So that ended up working out in his favor afterwards, believe it or not. But, I guess he worked for his love for her. And then she let him be. He got into her heart. A few months later, they're living together and everything's great. He built on her land, and everything was fine. Everything was wonderful. He could trust her. He was taking her to school every day. He was picking her up on weekends. She would stay, with him. Never ever anything. He knew she wasn't cheating. Well, he had to go away back to America because his mother was still alive, but she was dying, and he was an only child. There was nobody else that could take care of his mother. So he went back to America. Well, when he got back to America, he went darn near crazy because he was there for a month and he could not, at one point, he couldn't get a hold of Mindy, and Mork was just going off in his own head, So then he told her, he's like, okay, you know what? It's all right. I know you're busy. I know sometimes the phone's not working, whatever. And he told her, go pick up a package. Okay. Because he was sending her a package here to the Dominican Republic. Some of you guys might not know how things get mailed here. We don't have a federal mailing system here. We have something like EPS or CPS. We have places that you can go to and pick up your package. So what happens is they give you a Miami address, and that's the address you use. Everything gets shipped to Miami, and then the Dominican Republic will get the shipment and bring it here for us. And then you have to go pick it up at the office. So she went and she picked up her package at the office. Now she's used to getting packages from America because her ex always sends her packages. And the reason why her and her ex are not together is because he's actually married in America. But his American wife knows that Mindy exists. Okay. Mork sends her the package. In the package, there is shampoo, conditioner, there's like toothpaste, like just a bunch of stuff that she could have bought here anyway. But he told her that it is a line from one of his friends, and he wanted her to try this line. This woman, Mindy, has gorgeous hair, like gorgeous hair. It's so long and it's curly and it's healthy, beautiful. You know what this dude did to the shampoo and the conditioner? Spoiler alert. Sorry, I just got to say it because I've heard this a couple of times as well. I actually did a story time on this a few years ago online when I didn't do voice audio story times. I did written story times. I actually have a story time blog. It's www.storytime. You know what? I'll put it down in the link down in the description. So anyway, this is what happened. He put like Nair. Do you know what Nair is? Or Neat? Stuff that takes away your hair. He put that in the shampoo. He put that in the conditioner, and she was washing her hair with this. and her hair started to fall out. She didn't think at first what it could be at all, not at all. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor said to her, like, did you start using a different detergent? The normal things. Did you start using a different shampoo or a different conditioner? She's like, yeah, I'm using a new conditioner and a new shampoo. And the doctor is like, okay, well, you know what? Don't use that for a while and see what happens. And so she's like, okay, no worries, no problem. Well, that was it. She didn't use it any longer, and she felt like, that worked. So she just assumed that she was allergic to this stuff. She gave the products away because a lot of people will do that here. When they get a gift from someone, they'll re-gift it if it's not working for them. So she re-gifted it. She gave it away to her cousin. Now, her cousin is married to a pharmacist. Her cousin actually has a lot of health issues. Her cousin lives in the United States. So anyway, that cousin was here visiting and everything. And, Mindy wanting, her boyfriend Mork to really get a good feedback on the conditioner and the shampoo, she said to her cousin, why don't you take this gift, go back to America with it, tell me how it works for you. Well, she was feeling ill, the cousin. So the cousin, because her husband is a pharmacist, gets everything tested before she takes anything in. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. Maybe he has connections or whatever, but he tests what's in any product that she uses. Go figure. Like, don't we wish we all had that? But in any case, he tested this stuff. And he found that there was the ingredient in it that didn't make sense for hair. So they contacted Mindy, and they're like, Mindy, where did you get this stuff from? And Mindy said, from Mork. And they were like, you should really contact Mork and let him know that his friend's product has like all this stuff in it. That's not good for the hair. Like, nobody should be using this product. And Mindy was like, really? Okay. And they're like, anyone that uses this product is going to make their hair fall out. Like, it's not good for your hair. I don't know how they found all that out, but they got to the bottom of it. And so she contacted Mork. And she's like, Mork, your friend is going to be sued one day if he doesn't change the formula for his shampoo. And Mork is like, what are you talking about? And she told Mork all of the background information. Mork was like, well, why did you give it to your cousin? Like, the gift wasn't for your cousin. If it wasn't working for you, throw it out. And she was like, well, no, you should talk to your friend. And he's like, oh my gosh, and then so she's like, well, what's the name of your friend that gave this to you? Like, you really should let them know. And she was trying to get to the bottom of it. And he was just like, leave it alone, forget it. So he got back here. Now, the pharmacist wouldn't let it go because the pharmacist had intuition. The cousin's husband had the intuition that this is not a normal product, that nobody in their right mind would use that in their hair for shampoo or conditioner. Those are ingredients for hair removal. So he got really interested in the whole entire situation. And then so he actually asked Mindy for Mork's number. And he said, listen, Mindy, give me Mork's number. I want to contact him on WhatsApp. I really want to ask him who this person is that's making this product, because this person should know, especially if this person is getting the product from a distributor. Because you know how sometimes you can go to like a cosmetic factory, for instance, and you can just get like, I don't know, like a certain product, and you can just put your label on it, but you don't really know what's in the product to make the product. You know how you can contact China and you can be like, I want a suntanning lotion, and then they'll put it all together and they'll send it to you and you get to try it out. If you like the sample, then you go forward with everything, right? Well, the pharmacist was thinking that's what it was. And the pharmacist was thinking, okay, this stuff must have came from China and they're ripping this, my cousin-in-law's boyfriend off and all this. So she gives him Mork's number. He contacts Mork and he says, Mork, listen, This stuff is not great. I don't know why the cousin's husband got so involved in this shampoo conditioner. But in any case, I guess he was looking out for someone, right? So he contacted Mork and he's like, Mork, listen, this product is pretty much poisonous. Please tell your friend that he should not put this on the market. Now remember, the pharmacist, he's well off himself, but he's nowhere near the millionaire that Mork is. And so he's thinking that Mork's friend is probably a millionaire as well. And he didn't want Mork's friend to, suffer from that product, right? Okay, but there was no friend. There was nothing. It was Mork that really put that stuff inside the conditioner and the shampoo. Like, what was that? You don't do that to someone. In any case, Mork's like, oh no, it's okay. I told my friend about it and my friend's not going to do the production any longer on that product. And then the guy said, well, listen, the pharmacist said to Mork, well, listen, you know what? I produce products myself and I'm in mass production right now with a hair conditioner because his wife is Dominican and her hair is also very beautiful. But when she moved to America, she didn't know how to take care of her hair without straightening it constantly. She was always making it straight. And when she tried to make it curly, the curls would not be defined and they would go fuzzy. So this pharmacist, was trying to create a product for his wife's hair. And he's like, listen, Mork, let me speak to your buddy. Maybe we can collaborate and I can help your buddy and your buddy can help me. And Mork's like, no, just leave it alone. And then, the husband's like, why leave it alone? Like, you're looking out for your friend. I'm looking out for your friend. Like, you're pretty much going to be my brother-in-law one day. Why can't we all just work together? And Mork's like, no, I'm not talking to the guy any longer. I don't like that he gave my girlfriend that product. Something sounded suspicious. And yeah, the cousin's husband was not feeling it. The cousin's husband was just like, yo, something shady with Mork, right? So then Mork got back here to the Dominican Republic. And, when he came back here, he came back with some more products and apologies. And he said to his girlfriend, I'm so sorry, about that. And her hair grew back. Like, it was just patches that were out, but her hair grew back. Thank God. And so he gave her a cream. Like, how foolish is this? He gave her a cream that's going to break out skin. And he purposely put something in it so she will break out. Like, she's not going to go to the pharmacist again. Well, she did break out and she didn't go to the pharmacist. This time she was just quiet because she still wasn't putting two and two together. And the pharmacist still didn't say anything to her about it because he didn't want to cause any problems. So then he turns around and he's like, okay, Mork turns around and he's like, okay, I need you to, quit school. I just want to, I'll give you money, whatever you're looking for, I just want you with me all the time. He couldn't even handle it when they came here to Cabarete, or when they would never go to Sosua. Never. He never wanted her around any of those handsome guys, Americans or Dominicans. He couldn't control her. He couldn't control his jealousy on Sosua Beach, because a lot of you guys on Sosua Beach look good. You guys dress good, you guys smell good, and you guys are looking for love. I had someone tell me recently that there's no such thing as love in Sosua because all the guys are mongers, and that's not true. A lot of guys come here for love and they actually end up getting hurt. Okay, so that's the truth. And so in any case, he will not have her in Sosua. He's afraid that if she goes to Sosua and someone slips her number when he goes back to America, she will get with that new guy. And that's not Mindy's nature. So he ends up, he brings her to Cabarete and no further. And, they'll always go to quiet places where it's all for couples, not for singles. And so he was more or less trying to control her and trying to corner her, almost like she was his animal. And then what happened was, dun, 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 he got caught because the pharmacist showed up with his wife. All of them are here in the Dominican Republic. They're staying at the villa, and they're all hanging out in Gaspar Hernandez. And then the two men, they go grab some beer at the store. And the guy says, so the cousin, pharmacist, says to Mork, so you know that product? Because he's still on this product. He's like, this product is something different about it and everything, right? He says, you know that product? Why won't you let me meet your friend? Let me speak to your friend and help your friend out. Clearly your friend put a lot of work into this product and it's not working. And Mork lost it on him. Mork said, listen, mind your effing business, man. It's just one shampoo bottle, just one conditioner bottle. What is your problem? I was doing my friend a favor. The product was no good. What the F? And yeah, Mr. Pharmacist did not find that very normal. It's like, laugh about it or something, or make the connection. Mork had nothing to lose. He could just make the connection, right? Help his friend out, help his brother-in-law out. But no, because there was no friend. So the brother-in-law decided to do a little bit more talking, a little bit more research. And he sat down with Mork and he said, listen, Mork, I don't know you. And, so far I like you, but I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think that you put that stuff in your girlfriend's hair because you just didn't want her to have the beautiful hair that she has. And Mork is like, are you crazy? What are you talking about? And he's like, this is what I think. That was it. A couple of days later, Mork got drunk. Nobody knows how he got drunk because he's not a drinker. So Mindy thinks that someone put something in his drink. And he admitted to everything. He was drinking and he started to cry and he started to say how she's too good for him. She's too beautiful for him. How he knows she only wants him because of his money, which was not true. He won her heart over by pretty much, romancing her. I don't know if we want to call that romancing, but he won her heart over. And she wasn't up to it and no good. He just thought she was because she's so beautiful and she had so many options over other men. And he's like, I can't believe you're with me for me. I'll never believe that. You have so many options, blah, blah, blah. And then he started to cry. And then he admitted what he did. Yes, he did. Once he admitted it, a group of guys beat him. They broke his legs. Just like that. I don't know the details of everything else. I do know he made it back to America. But Mindy tells me that she didn't plan anything around the beating, nothing at all. She didn't even know half the guys that had beat her. So clearly, and most of the guys were Haitian. So clearly, the other American set up the other American. Mr. Pharmacist set up Mork. Clearly, because none of the Dominicans did it or anything of that nature. And it has nothing to do with Dominicans or Haitians or anything like that. Because remember, Mindy is half Haitian and half Dominican. So yes, her family, her friends, her people, some people she didn't even know, they broke both of his legs. Just broke his legs, his kneecaps, just like that. Told him, get lost now. Left him. Just right there. He couldn't even get up. And he was all the way out, like up by Gaspar Hernandez, where nobody knew him except for the people that beat him. And that doesn't happen often here. I've never heard of any stories like that here, at all. This is probably one of the first ones where I heard this, because usually Dominicans and Haitians will come together when they see someone getting beat up, especially if it has something to do with a foreigner. They'll tell everyone, like, move, back off, or they'll video it. The police will be called immediately. That's what I see here. People get very involved. Nobody got involved, and they just left him right there in the street like a wounded animal. And they told him, do not mess around with the Dominican women at all. Do not come here and do that. And I don't know really what happened to him after that. Mindy tells me that he got home safely. And when he got home safely, I don't know how he got taken out of Gaspar Hernandez. I don't know what happened. Mindy said the last time she can remember him is he was crawling down the hill. Gaspar Hernandez has like some really big hills, and you can go right out in the countryside. She said the last time she saw him, they wouldn't let him go get her. I mean, they wouldn't let her go get him. They said to her, he did this to you, and you want to go help him? And she's like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Like, he has nobody here. They said, let him go like the animal that he treated you like. That was it. Tutus. Apparently, he's back in America. She's spoken to him already. He showed her his kneecaps and everything. They got pinned together. I don't know what happened after that. She said that he sent her photos and everything. He doesn't want any problems. He hasn't been back to the Dominican Republic, and he has no plans to come back because he feels like everyone knows him. He feels like as soon as he gets off the plane, his passport will be flagged. That's not true. The Dominican Republic had in June over 200 and something thousand visitors. They're not trying to just keep track of one dude. Now, if they had him flagged, his passport flagged, and then that's one thing. But he didn't get arrested while he was here, and he got back home to America safely. So why would his passport be flagged, right? He just feels like if his passport is flagged, or if someone works in the airport and they see him, they will track him down and beat him again. So, you see, I moved away from the other table because they were swearing. I came over to this table, and this man's just like cussing. He's like, F, 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 F. Oh, he kind of reminds me of Mork. You know, that older dude, Caucasian dude that comes here to get with a beautiful Dominican woman, has a baby with her, and then yells at her like she's just a piece of crap. That's what this guy just did. So I gotta throw some dirty looks. Hola. Muy bien, ¿y tú? We all had better days. Don't worry. Just keep smiling past it all. He's a sweetheart. I couldn't give any dirty looks. You guys know me already. Oh, well. And not every woman is perfect here, you know? So, but yes, I do got to say, this Mork guy, he just really tormented Mindy. And Mindy today, her hair is beautiful. Mindy is in school still, but now she's coming up with hair products. And this is actually how we met, because she came across some of my posts on Facebook. And as I'm saying this to you, I got to show you guys what I'm looking at right now. Oh, I don't know. Can you see the little kitten at the bottom of the screen, the bottom left of the screen? There's a little piece of toilet paper. He's playing with it. Look how tiny he is. He's like maybe a hand and a half. Look at him. Oh, guys, there's a lot of kittens here. I don't know what's going on. But today, even in the front of my apartment, when I left my apartment, I saw a little kitten. I'm not about to take one home at all, although I do want one. So in any case, yeah, I'm doing hair products right now. So she saw one of my posts, heard of one of my posts on Facebook. And she's been watching me for a little while, also on TikTok and Instagram. And I talk a lot about my hair because I had to cut it when I was here. And I just had a lot of issues with trying to get my hair back to how it was when I was in North America. So it took me a little while to come up with a proper formula, and I finally came up with a formula that has a blend of extracts and also oils. So I've been using it in my hair, and it's been amazing. I haven't used a blow dryer in my hair, so therefore no breaking of my hair, and it's totally fabulous to be able to take care of my hair and not worry about it. And so she saw my posts, and someone connected us as well. And she's like, listen, and she told me the story. And she's like, Cerise, aside from the good connection that her and I made, aside from that, she's like, Cerise, listen, There's a lot of men coming here, and some of them, they can't handle the beauty that the women have. The men get jealous, the men get angry. Some of them don't. Some of them, they have their wife and she's a trophy wife and they know that she loves him. Like, for instance, there's a guy that I know that frequents Sosua, and he has a woman that's younger than him, and he gives her everything she wants and she needs. He took her off the street, so she's very loyal to him. But she often looks around at other men. Like, you can tell she's just checking out the next man that's going to come across and take care of her. And why wouldn't she? Because that other guy, he's kind of like drinks a lot and smokes a lot of cigarettes and everything, and she's only 19 years old, right? So, but she's very loyal to him, and she doesn't really go out with other men. I see her look, but she doesn't like touch. So, there are a lot of loyal women here. And Mindy said to me, Cerise, there's so many American men, so many Canadian men, so many Italian, French, everywhere, German, all around, from all around the world. And they come here and they get with the most beautiful women. And most of them know that if they were in their own country, they wouldn't be able to get a woman that beautiful and that young. And they know that it's, when they come here, that the woman is settling. Now, the woman doesn't always cheat. The woman doesn't even leave the man half the time. The woman stays because stability and security is great. It's like an arranged marriage. He gets something from her, she gets something from him, right? And I think that's just, usual when you do have an older man and a younger woman, right? So, in any case, that's what she said to me. She's like, a lot of men come here and they get angry, they get sad, they get depressed. And then the women, that's when they start to feel like this guy is just always complaining. This guy is just always yelling. And that's a lot of the times when the women start to look for someone else. And most times they will go to a man of their own culture. Yes, I've heard many times before, men are like, oh, Cerise, my girlfriend, when I was dating her the whole time, she was dating a man from from here as well. But that's because she didn't know when he was going to be coming back here. She didn't know if he was loyal to her as he was gone. And also, she really didn't know, if maybe there's a better man for her somewhere. So I guess that's it. But Mindy, she's doing well. He could have done a lot more to her, and I'm pretty sure they could have done a lot more to him, but he's fortunate, At the end of the day, this is what I think. Let's do the Jerry Springer moments. Okay, so this is what I think. I think he couldn't handle her, and he did, poison the shampoo and the conditioner and everything, like he admitted. But who got him drunk? Somebody had to have drugged him or something to give him that truth serum, who? So it had to be the cousin's husband. It had to be the pharmacist. The pharmacist knows different little ingredients on stuff, right? A pharmacist would know what would make someone maybe tell the truth, if there really is anything called truth serum. Like, I don't know. Like, he would know how to put alcohol inside of a drink and mask it. I don't know. It's quite interesting. But whoever that pharmacist is, I think at the end of the day, he's really taking care of his cousin-in-law. So, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I am Cerise. This is story time. And usually story time is like a lot more traumatizing. But I really just wanted to get this one off my head because there are a lot of men out there that have been contacting me, telling me about nightmare stories that they are going through with women. And I'm like, my gosh, but there are also some nightmare stories that the women go through here. And I have a few more. And aside from that, Mork, okay, every time he was here, he wore diapers. Yeah, he had a problem with his bowels, and she had to help him clean himself and everything. So she was always there for him all the time. So why would he try to make her life miserable? This is my suggestion, guys. If you're coming here and you're looking for a really beautiful woman, and that's what your goal is, younger or even the same age as you or even older, make sure you treat her the same way you would treat any woman around the world. She's not your slave. She's not your animal. You can't capture her or control her. Treat her with love and respect, and you will be treated like a king. So many men come here, black and white, Chinese, Italian, it doesn't matter, from all four corners of the world. And they are amazing. And they connect with beautiful people, wonderful people, and their relationships last for a very long time. I've seen it. I've seen people come here and fall in love and take their love back to their country, and it lasts for a very long time. So please, if you're coming here for love and that's what you're looking for, don't come here with doubt in your heart and fear in your soul. Just meditate on it, pray on it. And if you know you got a good woman and you're afraid that other men are looking at her, or you're afraid she's going to cheat or whatever, just sit down with her, talk to her, and get all of that out of the way. Sorry about that. And get it all out of the way. Come to an understanding that you're loyal and you want her to be loyal. It's got to be hard for those of you who travel all around the world and you have to come back and you don't live here. That's a tough thing. A lot of you guys are like so paranoid once you leave, because you're like, what is she up to? What is she doing? She's so beautiful. There's going to be another man that's going to be visiting and he's going to sweep her off her feet and give her more than what you're doing or whatever. Yes, that does happen. I've seen women go from man to man. Do I blame the woman? Absolutely not, because men come here and, they may come for a week vacation once a year and they're refusing to take their woman back to America. So she has to work around it. She has to work around your promises, work around your reality, especially if you're not offering her any higher standard of living. And I say that very gingerly. I'm not saying you have to send your woman money. It's just that sometimes things are tough, and sometimes the women do have to maybe go find someone else for convenience. So that does happen. Alrighty, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Cerise. This is Story Time. And I just want to say I love you guys. I do. Huge hugs, loads of love, big blesses. If you guys have any questions at all on moving here, airport pickup, drop off, any questions you have, if you're looking for employment, if you're looking for anything, let me know. I have a lot of connections here. And you can just WhatsApp me. All the questions are free. Whatever questions you have, just contact me on WhatsApp. Obviously, if you do want to have a conversation and have a chat, then I would, suggest a consultation. But if you just have a few questions, hit me up, 829-702-7726. Don't call unless you have a consultation booked, but definitely text away. Or just leave a voice note for me. Like, honestly, especially if it's an easy question, I'm here. I will get back to you. Sometimes it might take me 48 hours to get back to you. But hey, if you're not coming for another few months, then 48 hours, even 72 hours before I respond shouldn't be that bad. Okay, guys? Again, I do want to remind you that here in the north coast of the Dominican Republic, you can rent, you can own, there's land for sale, there's apartments for rent, there's condos, and there's a lot of beauty that you can get. You can get a place that's unfurnished if you just want to come here and rent, and you can buy your furniture. You can get a place that's furnished. It's so easy just to get here, but just get here. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for joining me again, Cerise Fairfax. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you already have, thank you for taking the time to do that. It only takes a second. Don't forget to hit that like button so I know that you are enjoying story time. And I will upload a lot more story times, because it seems like a lot of you guys have a lot of stories that you've been sharing with me. Sorry if I haven't gotten back to your stories yet. I have a lot of them. A lot of them. The only thing is, some of them go like 20 minutes, 30 minutes long. So that means I have to get some more memory for my cell phone. As you could imagine, as a vlogger, I'm always videoing, always, always, always. So my camera always has stuff on it. So yeah, I do need to, I don't want to do a story time live all the time, because what if I forget something? I do want to go back and edit and stuff like that. So yeah. I'll be coming out with some more story times. Alrighty, everyone, take care. I love you. I miss your comments. Oh my gosh. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start another live to air right now, and it's just going to be a question and answer. Hi. And it's just going to be a question and answer, okay? In here is looking kind of busy, so even if I don't get to another live to air, I apologize. But give me about 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, this kitten is so cute. Oh, I want it, but I'm not going to take it. Bye, everyone. Goddess Lounge, Dominican Republic, North Coast, Cabarete. Mwah.